and it's apartments. So we get here, and we worked really hard to convince Enoch we weren't moving again, and we're in an apartment. So a fully furnished apartment.
It only took him about 3 minutes of being here. I don't want to move back to Missouri.
I love Virginia. Yeah. Virginia is my favorite.
I want to stay in Virginia.
So, yeah. So
it helps that the TV is up, So then wherever there happens to be a TV that you can see, Enoch is all for being.
And there's a playground at the parking lot area.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so right now we're here for a week or so of counseling and to rest, and we're just trying to keep our phones put away for the most part and spending a lot of time with the boys, going on lots of hikes. Like today we drove about half an hour
to the Cascades.
To the Cascade Falls. The boys were confused. But it's a giant waterfall in Pulaski County, Virginia. And so we did that hike. It was advertised as 4 miles round trip, like a loop. Like you go up the trail and you come back down. And the lower river trail is supposed to be really easy and scenic. Like benches every so many yards. And like you can just leisurely stroll it till you get to the base of the falls. We get there. And there's a sign that says that the lower river trail has been washed out by flooding, so you have to use the upper trail. And the upper trail is advertised as a brisk hike to the top of the mountain to quickly see the falls. And so we're like, okay, we're going to do it anyway. It's 4 miles. It's a 4-mile loop. We can do it. So we threw JP in the backpack, and the boys and I started walking. And we got 100 yards in, and Enoch said he was done and ready to go back to the van.
Mm-hmm. Well, he just woke up. He probably fell asleep like 5 minutes before we got there. And so it does, he doesn't. No Seekins, I think, does well waking up anyway. And so it overall it was great.
It was a good hike. They did good. We made good time.
Yep.
But it was not 4 miles. Okay, it was not.
Well, because they have it marked every now and then. You got the halfway point, and then you got one at 1.7 miles. And
it's all lies.
Yeah, with the halfway point, it felt like 1.5 miles, and then after that was maybe like a mile or something like that. So the halfway point.
But what it really ended up being was an almost 6 mile loop. And I mean, the last, I don't know, quarter of a mile was like climbing a ladder.
Yep. But if you happen to be here, you should go anyway.
It's beautiful.
Yes, it's great. The boys, while Enoch in the first 100 feet was not wanting to go, Emmanuel's jumping around, yelling because he can see the water. He's like, the waterfall, that Cascade River, or whatever happens to be.
It's not the Cascade River.
And so Emmanuel
honestly,
thought it was awesome.
The lower river trail would probably have been passable if we didn't have JP.
Mm-hmm.
Because there would have been no way we could have let him down. But there, you could walk on it, but you had to climb over some really wide wet areas and walk across logs and things like that. It just wasn't feasible with the baby. So, but the falls were beautiful. And apparently people hike up there to go swimming at the foot of the falls. It was really busy. And considering the fact that Virginia's been stuck in phase 2 of reopening because of their COVID spikes, I was surprised at how busy it was. I mean, it was packed.
There was almost not an empty spot to park in the parking lot.
Yeah, they definitely
and it's
were
a
not
large parking lot.
And it was busy, and there were people everywhere. So there's that. But it was good. And on the way back down the hill, the mountain, Enoch was like, "This is great. This is fun. We're having a good time." And Emmanuel was like, "I'm so tired. My legs hurt. I want to go home." And he griped and griped and griped. And then he finally stopped griping, and then he tripped and fell and got legitimately hurt and cried the rest of the way to the van.
Yep. Yeah.
So
it's tough being a kid
pretty normal
sometimes.
day. It's a pretty normal day. So, but yeah, so that's what we're up to right now. And some of you have messaged me or texted me, asking, I get a lot of questions about, have you found a job yet? No, we haven't. We're still praying, and we appreciate your prayers on that, and we're looking, and we're just, it's something that we definitely have at the front of our minds a lot, but we try not to let it. I don't think Jeremiah is worried about it at all, and I try not to worry about it, so maybe a couple times a day I worry about it, but not all day. And we're getting things sorted out. living with my parents is an experience, but we're super thankful that they are opening their home to us so that we can have a place to stay that's not dependent upon income. And we're really grateful for that, especially with how things have unfolded with coronavirus and the job market and just life in general. So, and I've also had people say, what's your plan? What are you guys going to do? We don't really have a plan right now.
Nope.
Except for...
Well, yeah, we're just trying mostly to rest. We are not looking to get into any sort of ministry until at least January, probably sometime.
Probably later than that.
Yeah, probably later than that. April or May or June or something around that point was when we would put down that we might be ready to be able to do those things. And, so, I mean, we have known that we may not get a job, so we have planned for that and plus it helps that we're staying with Lee's parents in their basement, and
it's an apartment. We have a full kitchen, our own laundry, and they knock before they come down. So it's only like slightly reminiscent of living at home with my parents in high school.
Yeah, and the boys, they knock and they ask for permission before they go upstairs. And if Papa or Nana invites them up, they get super excited that they get to go upstairs and get ice cream or sweet drinks or watch TV or something.
Yeah. So we don't have a plan. Our plan is pretty much the same as it probably was the last time we talked to you guys in person, which is we don't really have a plan except to rest and support ourselves and pray about what comes next. So, and we're still waiting to figure that out. So, Anything else? Oh, so I had intended everybody that brought things to us, meals, food, snackies, helped with the move, people who dropped off cards, things like that. I kept all of that information written down into my book, which I don't know if it survived the move, honestly. I haven't gotten into that box of stuff yet, but all my thank you cards were destroyed. So when we get back from Virginia, one thing that you guys should watch for is in the next month or so, hopefully I will have completed all those thank you cards and get those mailed out to you guys, because we are extremely grateful for all of that. Just the amount of support we received in so many different ways. And we want to sit down together and do those thank you cards, which means it'll be slower to get them done. So be watching your mail for that. They won't be like super fancy, but they will be sincere. So if you get a message from me asking for your mailing address, that's what it's about.
Yep. And you guys can continue to pray for us for work and for rest.
We continue to pray for you guys.
Yeah.
As you guys continue to go through coronavirus out there and what that looks like and all the things that you have going on in your personal lives. And just welcoming the new pastor. It's a lot of big changes, and we keep you guys in our prayers too. Are you tired?
I am tired.
You act like you hiked up to a waterfall today or something with a baby on your back.
Yep, and time zone change, those get me pretty bad. But I was thinking, if you're not exactly sure what to be able to get for us, we always enjoy gift certificates for like M&Ms.
What are you talking about? We're not digging for gifts.
I know, but people have been asking us for our address, and if you want our address, you can ask, and we will give it freely to you.
Okay, so now you just are hoping people send you food. Like you're starving. We're not starving. No. We don't need you to send us food.
We don't need any M&Ms. We know how to buy those ourselves.
Yeah. So, but in all seriousness, thank you guys for all your support. We miss you guys. Life is going okay, but it's not the same. We love you guys so much, and we look forward to visiting next summer and seeing you.
Yep. And thought I would tell you a joke before we go. And it's not really my joke, it's Enoch's joke. On the van today, we were singing Ba Ba Black Sheep, or Emmanuel started it, Baba, black sheep, do you have any wool?
That's not how it goes. You guys are off of Baba, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. That one. Except for Emmanuel says, Baba, black sheep, do you have any wool? And then he gets through it accurately, but he butchers it, you know, and the way kids do. He gets words wrong. But then all of a sudden, Enoch breaks in and goes,
Baba, black sheep, do you have any wool? No, sir, no, sir.
Can't you see I'm naked?
Sir. Yeah, because I've given all of my wool away.
So, and they just crack each other up.
And Enoch
there
just
you go.
keeps
It's not really
it.
a joke. It's just a funny 4-year-old weird humor.
Yeah.
So, the black sheep has no more wool because he's naked.
Yep.
And you should be able to see it.
Yep, because wool grows on sheep, right? Everybody knows, so.
Anyways.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, we'll sign off. Bye.
Bye.